Oh, man.
But is that not it?
I mean, this kind of looks like a boob.
No, it's not that. I'm sure you'll find it at some point. But there are genitalia or things made to look more like genitalia than they actually are.
I see a penis.
Oh, hang tight real quick, guys. Sorry. Alright, they can hear us talking, yes. But that's the problem, is that they can't hear... You can't hear you talking, I should say. They can only hear me. Yeah. Give me 1 second, because we're in Discord, not what's the word that we're normally in? Zoom. Alright. How about now, chat? Somebody else say something.
Blah, blah, blah.
It should be
Meow.
good. I'm getting levels, so.
I'm hearing... Oh, that's because I have the sound happening in...
All right, so now Aaron, diary.
Okay. Let's see here. All right. Dear diary, be with you in just a moment. I gotta finish putting away my winnings from the whodunit bet. Jingly noises in the background. There we go. Turns out Everard Duthbird III is the type of evil dude who would kill poor Charlotte McBaron. But let me tell you, all the folks that loved and appreciated Charlotte on the island of Nemesser sure got their revenge. Even with some extra stone golems, Everard was no match for the combined might of Captain Molly and her crew, Kenbo and his daughter Pom, Captain Ambo and his rum runners, and the kobold fists of Biff, Boff, and Brent. Super Art Fight didn't contribute too much to that fight, given that Everard had finagled us all into the cavern system under the island, due to the help from his working magic 8-ball, and we spent all of our time just getting out of there. If I never see another giant frog, or noper, as I like to call them, it'll be too soon. But we made it out in time for the party that was held in Charlotte's honor. We also became official crew members of the Storm Maiden's Revenge and got cool tattoos. Now we're back on our way to Chult, and most of us have been learning some cool new tricks along the way. Can't wait to try them out in the mystery jungle ahead. XOXOXO. Red Air.
All right. Aaron, where is Red Aaron's tattoo?
Oh, right. I wrote all about it. I'm going to say that Aaron's feeling pretty buff these days, so it's like right here.
Cool. Do you remember where your Black Network one is? Right there. All right. Dan, where's Shinobi's tattoo?
So, before I confirm, I think I remember where my Black Network one. I think my Black Network one was on my forearm. Do you remember?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. So I think that was on my left forearm. So I wanted the Storm Maiden on the right forearm, like inside the elbow.
All right. And Nicole.
I don't remember where I got my other one. Do you know any? No, don't remember.
You can tell me
now.
And we're gonna as of now, that's where it'll be.
In fact,
I'll have the Black Network one be like, I think I had it on my, we're gonna say it's in the center of my spine on my lower back, and the new one is gonna be right below, like the base of my neck, kind of hidden by.
All right.
So it's like a straight line
be so cool if you just had a growing
We're gonna
line
say
of
I have a
tattoos down your
line
spine.
between the two down my spine. Yep, Erin,
Oh.
you're right.
Of
But-
all the factions that you all have joined.
Yeah.
I like
what,
that
what,
visual.
what does the
We're
Storm
going.
Maiden tattoo look like?
It's I flavored it as like, like the Sailor Jerry style or whatever, but the Storm Maiden who is like a red, like think Boudica, but like red hair, like fighting the sea with two waves going like this.
Okay.
So you have like a cool hot lady on your arm that may be the like lay person to be like, oh, they've got a cool hot lady on their arm, but like other pirates would be like, Storm Maiden's Revenge. The Black Network one, that's the flying lizard, is a little bit more of a giveaway, which is why it was hidden. Okay, so you had the large party in Charlotte's honor. You board the Storm Maiden's Revenge. You at last are on your way to Chult. And everybody is now level 9. That is more for, putting it here now. Level 9. So Captain Molly, the next morning says, with good wind and fair weather, it will be 2 days before you get to Port Nyanzaru. Nyanzaru, that's a U, which is situated on the most northern part of Chult, which is an island. It's one of the only places that isn't overrun with jungle, disease, the undead, or worse.
Oh.
Yeah, what's worse?
I wasn't expecting some of those things.
She kind of like nervously chuckles and says, I don't know. No one really knows. Which is the part that gives me the creeps. It's all rumor and speculation, and as much as there's lost treasure in those jungles, I would rather be on my ship fighting the Storm Maiden herself than have any extended stay in Chult. So this will be fun.
Did you say the name of the port was Nyanzaru?
Nyanzaru.
Zaru.
Nyanzaru. It is one of the only ones they didn't actually put a pronunciation in for the adventure. Some other of the ones they did.
It's full of rainbow cats.
Yeah, that was the first thing when I thought. I was like, oh, okay, Rainbow Cat Town. You pass a normal day doing what you were doing on the ship before. And for the people who are on deck, which of the three of you is just Nicole, so Wisteria. But Titanium and Rave would see this. You will see Tide in the evening send off a flying lizard. So I was going to have you all roll a d20, but since there's 3 of you, we're not going to do that. Because we don't want to, just in cases, because of other things, which we'll get into. The next 2 days, the weather is fair and the wind is good, just like Molly predicted it would be. The size of the island, it comes focus as you sail closer and you realize this island is massive, absolutely huge. It is not like any of the other islands you've been to where you're like, oh yeah, this is just the little island that we came up to. You think you're seeing the end of the island, but it just keeps going. And you can see like mountains in the background, or on the horizon, I guess is the better way of saying that. Whatever. And so you're currently where you are, and we'll go to roll 20. Where you all are is... Nope. Yep, right there. This is the Shining Sea. And
Okay.
this is... we're essentially the blue line coming into this area here, which is the port. All right. So, and as you can see, this whole thing is like, this is a jungle. And then here's where the city is. So, to get into the city, you need to go through the Bay of Chult, which is that little body of water there. So as you get closer and you're about to enter the Bay of Chult, the water starts churning around the Storm Maiden's Revenge. And it's spiraling around you in an alarming way. And for those on the deck, so that would be Wisteria, Titanium, and Rave, a gargantuan shadow is in the water, just swimming around and around the ship, creating like a whirlpool. And Molly and her crew are like, you know, at your position, like fighting against it as best they can, whatever, to get out of this whirlpool that's just been created. And as fast as it began, it stops, and the boat just stops. And at the bow of the ship, you, for like maybe a split second, for those on deck, think like, is this like a mountain that's just being formed? No, but it's what it looks like rising in front of you. They're like brown.
Nicole's face is the best.
Huh?
So Nicole's
What?
face is the best.
You can.
I'm not paying. I didn't. Don't look at my face.
There's like water sluicing down the sides, and as it comes up, two massive eyes bore into you as a dragon turtle has fully come into view. Dan's face is like,
Dragon turtle.
Yep.
I think Aaron and I made the same face.
What size is a dragon turtle? Is it large?
gargantuan. I
Is it
believe.
gargantuan? Okay.
I can. Pretty sure it's gargantuan,
Okay.
but we be double, triple sure if you want, because we have to. And that, thanks for reminding me. I need to bring up the dance and stiff. Yeah, he's a big boy.
He's our best friend now. We love him.
Oops.
Is he off the bow, you said?
Yeah, off the front of the ship.
Starboard, port side, does it matter?
Just the front. Gargantuan dragon. Yes. So I will. Well, let's go. Yeah. Yep, that's a good spot. Yeah. So, dragon turtle shows up.
Aaron,
And
where are you going?
I'm technically in the med bay.
yes, she is technically in the med bay.
Okay.
It was just left over in Captain Molly's quarters from the last time we were on the
Oh,
ship.
that's right. Okay.
How I
Um,
get rid of my old character. This isn't what I look like anymore.
I'll go down with Marty. Oh yeah, you're just
I don't-
updated.
yeah, you got. Yep. All right. So, I mean, you guys were in a whirlpool, so you may have gone up on deck to see what happened. I'm leaving
Okay.
it up to you.
Nicole,
yeah,
you can,
if it was
yeah.
detectable, then I'd be like, what?
there you go, Nicole.
Oh yeah, you were probably like, whoa.
I am amazed
I'll assume
because
Holy crap! Are these things friendly? Somebody tell me they're friendly.
do I have an animal thing that lets me do cool animal stuff to communicate
Oh, it
or be
speaks.
cool to it?
It speaks common.
Oh wow.
And
Are you friendly?
he's gonna bellow, I am Amarig the Smasher. The sea is littered with broken bodies of ships and the bones of sailors pecked clean by fish. If you don't wish. Like, I'm gonna say that he caught Aaron coming up the stairs and is looking directly at Red Aaron. For reasons because her face is hilarious right now. If you do not wish to join them in this fate, you will surrender all of your gold and all of your precious jewels. You will put them in a sack and give them to me. Or you will face my wrath. I will
Yeah.
give you 5 minutes, and if it is not good enough, I will decimate your ship. And he just
Captain Molly?
sinks back down and starts spinning around again, but like swimming around again, but like sort of like, breaststroke where he like pops up. In a menacing, like, you have 5 minutes, give me my stuff now.
We're actually getting fucking robbed by a dragon.
Dragon
Why?
turtle. Dragon
Turtle.
Now you can see why I asked you how much gold you have.
I don't have many. I don't have a lot. I like to keep my gold.
So
That's not the rules of the ship. The ship is that everybody gets equal portion.
yes, everyone gets equal portions. All right. So you can see Molly is at the wheel, just like like just muttering about how much she hates Chult. While like everyone else is kind of like running around like, oh no, I don't know what to do. And she's gonna be like, put whatever in a sec. Whatever we need to go in there.
You don't got some cool cannons? Don't want to take the thing on?
Who are you and what did you do with Red Aaron? Because that is not a
Just
Red
making
Aaron
sure.
statement.
No, Molly is like, I'd rather keep my ship. That's a dragon turtle.
Fair point. Just making sure. Can't make the ship like automatically go like 500 miles an hour. Nope.
No, that's not how that works.
I've got 9 gold, so here.
You're a
You have 9
goddamn liar.
gold. Oh no, you're right. You have 9 gold.
I have 9 gold. I'm not a liar.
Yeah, I think you wrote 19. I saw 19, but
And then
you
Aaron
said
took
9.
my 10. Yeah.
Yes. Okay. So, Dan's throwing in 9. Now he is 0.
Can I throw in? Should I throw in all my gold? Are we all doing that? Aaron, what are you doing?
I'm giving.
Aaron,
I'm
you
giving
just robbed
half
us
of-
all blind.
I'm gonna put in 500 gold.
How much do you have, Aaron?
500.
1,116.
Are you going to try to bluff in some fashion?
I think that 500 gold. My experience in fantasy world is that 500 gold is a lot of money, and that it would be believable that a person might not have more than 500 gold on their person.
Not if you're a level 9 adventurer, though.
They don't. That means nothing to an in-game.
And I was
creature.
like, is it fantasy my world?
I'm sure the dragon turtle is aware of how much people usually have on.
Well, then I think it'll find it unbelievable that somebody has only 9 gold on them. So, mine's 500 gold.
Yeah, but if he insight checks Dan, he's gonna be like, oh no, you're telling the truth.
I'm just poor, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's all going into one sack.
It is all going
I'm probably contributing way more than most of the other people.
I'm gonna say that Rave is gonna be like, I mean, we don't have to put everything in there. Like, just make it seem like we're putting everything in there.
Yeah. Somebody roll a bluff.
Does she have any kind of like major illusions that would help?
I don't
know.
There's 3 other people that are not here.
Yeah.
I'm trying to, like, help you out without like being like, there's a way to get around this that I know that Megan would have come up with by now. I did give Dan a hint.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's only 3 of you. So I guess you all can have it. The hint that I gave Dan was it's a gamble.
Okay.
So
Like I said, I'm all in. But if you want to put in just half your pot, that's fine too.
I'll put in 600.
okay. So we've got 9, we've got 600. All
I'll
right.
put in. I think I'm at 480.
You are
So-
at 491.
I'm at 491. Oh,
Marto's at 659.
Yeah.
damn, 10 off.
What do you think he would do?
Margaret is 2,000 something, and
2,900.
Megan is 7,000 something.
7,000?
Why did she
No,
bought
sorry,
anything?
700 something,
Okay.
700 something.
Okay, just making sure, because I was like,
Sorry,
whoa!
700. I was looking and I was like, wait, what? Yeah, 700 something.
I think
I'll
Marty would
put
just go
in,
with it.
Marty would what?
Go with it. I think he would just be
He
like,
would-
okay.
He would just do what, all of it?
Yeah, I think so.
600.
I mean, I'm willing to have that discussion, but I think that Marty would just be like, all right, Mr.
Whatever.
Dragon, just take my gold, don't kill me.
I will put in 240.
All right, 240. And then I'll say Rave would do half. So 350-ish. And then Margaret, what do we think? Titanium now is for the grift, with being a
And she's got the most money.
yes.
Well, a part of me wants to.
half like everyone else is doing. Basically, that's 1,000.
Yeah, that seems like a lot. Yeah, let's do that. And she's not too upset by it because she's like, finally, I have something to spend it on.
All right. So there are 20 people on Molly's crew. That includes Molly. So I will say they are just throwing in what they can. Or, various people are throwing in their shares. So we'll say that amounts to, I don't know, if they're sailors. Let's say that amounts to 20,000 gold.
Okay.
That's a good
Also,
amount.
I marked it down as 4, so I believe I have 4. I have 4 diamonds that are material components for my spells. I'll drop in 2 of them, and they're each worth 300 GP, so that's another 600.
Yeah, 2 diamonds. I'm going to say Molly is throwing in 1 big emerald and 2 sapphires.
So I have a gold bracelet with pearls on me. I'll put that in.
Sure.
I mean, now I'm just trying to think of other things that I have no idea whether they're valuable or not, but maybe it makes the pile look really big. So here's a shield of Umberly.
Okay. Yeah.
I put in my old flower crown because I have my ocean one, so I put in my original one, which is really valuable, but that's okay.
Are you making a big deal of putting it in there that you're sad that you're putting in this flower crown?
Even though I'm wearing the other one actively, yeah, I'm sad. Wisteria would be sad, but would be willing because Wisteria's most prized possessions are her natural ones, and
I'd be sad for you.
Oh,
Hey.
she's arriving.
Yay! Margaret can decide for herself.
Margaret, we're gonna throw you into the action right now. You guys
You're
are on
muted,
the Storm Maiden's Revenge, and you are being set upon by a dragon turtle.
This is a shitty time to have not had a chance to level up, isn't it?
No, it's fine.
It don't matter.
Because
Yeah, it probably won't. Well, hopefully it won't matter this round.
what he wants is all of your gold and any precious gems that you have, basically anything shiny.
So
That
we're all
doesn't count.
debating how much to truly give him. Some of us are not giving him all of our gold.
Yes,
But
we
that's
put
up to you.
We put you
God,
in for half.
This is actually horrible listening to you guys through headphones in this current setup. I'm going to see what it's like. Oh, can someone please say something?
Wow.
Oh yeah, this is better. Okay, I was worried about an echo, but if there's no echo on your guys' account, then
No,
we're all good.
Seems good.
Cool. Okay, let me log into Roll20 real quick. Has anybody asked this dragon turtle what the hell he wants?
To
He
not,
wants
to destroy our
everything
ship.
that we own.
Yeah, he wants to
But
destroy our
why?
ship if we don't. He's a dragon
Because
turtle.
he has threatened to
I
destroy
will
the
say,
ship.
that if you had asked that, like, we'll retcon it and say that you shouted that because you were up there when he was like, "This is what I want." He's gonna be like, "Because it's shiny and I can." Except in his deep voice, like, "It's shiny and I can, or I'll destroy your ship."
I think Titanium like looks at everybody, who's just like. He makes a compelling argument. I'm still gonna,
Like
thrash.
Captain Molly said that the ship couldn't go faster than him and that it couldn't fight him, so we're kind of doing this.
Doesn't want to fight him. I mean, if the whole crew doesn't want to fight him, I don't think even Titanium's hubris would do it. Well,
So you could fight him, but in the the sailors are more concerned about the ship not getting damaged than actually fighting the dragon.
Yeah.
Like the weighing of it, it's like they're not adventurers.
I'm sure he could destroy the ship before we actually manage to take him down, and then
right,
where would we be?
yeah.
Yeah.
Shiny,
Well,
so
I
strong.
respect that. So, how much has everybody forked over so
9.
far?
Dan gave
40.
Dan gave everything, which was 9 gold. Just literally all he had.
What a guy! What a sacrifice, Mr.
Aaron?
Molly. Oh, Dan, you should know that anytime you come up, my mom chants under her breath, "Mali home home Mali." Just thought you should know.
Yep.
But what about the others?
Yeah, so Aaron's given a little over half, or a little over half at 600.
Plus another 600 of diamonds.
Yeah, Marty has given his whole 659. Nicole gave half, which is 240. Rave, I've decided, is giving half at 350. And we were just like, Margaret will give 1,000.
Actually, you hit it on the head. I'll give 1,000, and I still have some jewels left over from that Megan didn't properly tape back for me when we raided the ship with the
Yeah. So I'm gonna say that some of the sailors saw Wisteria put on a show of being really sad that she had to get rid of her flower crown that she doesn't wear anymore. And then they're like,
Oh, sad.
okay, this is, yeah, okay. So they take, like, remember that, and the dragon turtle is like swimming around and like looking at you while this is going on. They're like, oh, I'm gonna be so poor. I'll have no money after I put this in here. Oh no.
I'm gonna be
they
like,
have to be babies.
these diamonds were for if somebody died. Now what will we do? And I'll put the diamonds in the pile.
All right.
Yeah. Titanium is going to make eye contact with the dragon, just reach into her pocket and just empty out 1,000 gold. And while maintaining eye contact, pull out the string of pearls that's in her inventory,
Mhm.
very, very, carefully, like just continuing slowly. And it's gonna say, "In my name," and drop it, because Margaret's derived from pearl, Latin for pearl, and my Thai name is also just Pearl. So it's a big deal when I give pearls.
All
I
right.
like it.
So cool. All right, let's just mark off
Wait,
whatever.
can I do something to them? Can I say something like they have been sworn in the name of the Paladin of Metal, so they will always bless you?
Sure, you can do whatever you want.
Yeah, I'm gonna say something. Whether or not it's bullshit, Titanium certainly doesn't think it's bullshit, but it's up to the dragon to decide at the end of the day.
Mm-hmm.
Do you guys remember when we were on Earth Prime, a completely different plane, and we found this chalice? I think it was still while we were on Earth Prime.
Is that the Mind Flayer?
Yeah.
It was in the like shrine to, I thought it was Asmodeus.
Yeah,
Oh.
it was the weird Josiah's little creepy
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
little thing.
Yeah.
Sure, yeah, you can put that in there.
This chalice from a completely different plane of existence. Well, there goes that memory.
All right, I think the dragon turtle, I'm going to say the 5 minutes are up. And the dragon turtle has seen, Amareg has seen you all be like sad and stuff, that you've put your stuff that truly mean things to you. And like, he really dug the pearl thing. He was just like, "You respect me." Like, he literally takes one like claw flipper and like points it at you. "You respect me."
I nod solemnly with my arms crossed.
He's gonna look at one of the sailors and be like, "Now tie it up and toss it to me." And they're like, okay. Like, they toss it to him. He catches it in his mouth and then dives down into the water.
Can I get the ship moving ASAP?
And you guys are fine. You are missing a shit ton of money, but you guys are fine.
I don't care. I have more. I had 2,900 GP.
So,
now I have 1,900 GP. This is
So-
not a problem.
Erin did a little Titanium role play where she was like, "At least I have something to spend it on now."
Yeah.
But guys, I was really close to being able to afford plate armor. Now I'm not.
I'm gonna pat you on the back, Aaron, and say we will simply hammer that down at the nearest opportunity.
As soon as Aaron says that, I cast my breathing underwater spell and I dive into the water with my fucking boat. No, I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say, hey Nicole, that's a dumb idea.
Aaron's white metal!
All right, so just make a note of how much gold you are now missing. And
should we count that as a separate amount, as in like we are missing 1,000 gold, or do we not just subtract it from our?
What I mean is just subtract it.
Okay, cool.
I said it in a weird way.
I'm gonna remember Amareg, the Smasher.
The Smasher.
I'm gonna remember.
Amarig the Smasher. Amarig the Smasher. Okay.
Amarig
the Smasher. Honestly, Amarig the Smasher sounds like a fantastic stage name. I have to admit.
It had another name in the adventure, and I was like, I don't like this name. I'm gonna do something else.
You are correct.
So I changed it. I just rearranged the letters to make it better. Okay, so
Oh.
You guys did good.
Marty lost all his gold.
Hmm?
I said Marty lost all his gold. I gotta make sure I note that on his sheet.
No, yeah, he did. He lost 659 gold.
Oh, we lost Margaret too.
I think she's coming back.
Sorry, that wasn't a matter of like, oh, the internet failed. That was just a matter of me being stupid. I tried to open Discord in 2 locations because I don't have the app installed on the computer.
It happens. All right.
There we
So, after Amareg departs, everyone gets a chance to take a breather. And the Storm Maiden's Revenge sails into the Bay of Chult and into Port Nyanzaru. Captain Molly, well, first, let's move you to a map that is here. So here's Port Nyanzaru. So Molly, being a pirate, is not going to go up in here. It's just not going to be it. So Molly is going to bring you down to the docks down here. And we're going to go with this little dock right here, the little baby one. All right?
This place big.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's so big, yeah.
It's so big.
It's big. So, you
The
all...
Marty's not here. I gotta make appropriate jokes.
Like Italian.
I was
Alright,
thinking
so-
it was more Mario, but
So Molly brings you into the far east side of the city, which she tells you is the Tiriki anchorage. And she and the rest of her crew are gonna get off the boat, drink for a few hours, because they escaped a dragon turtle, and then they're gonna get the hell out of Chult.
we need to be here.
Before you all get off the ship, Molly will take you all into her cabin, and she will lay out 2 maps. And we're going to do a little shifting again. The first map is the entire island of Chult. So this is where you guys are pulling into right now. But as you can see, Chult is pretty much just a jungle and then volcanoes. So these are volcanoes down here, and then jungle, and then mountains and sand. That's what it is. There's some other islands about, but it's jungle. And there's a couple stars on here, and those are actual places where they know to be on the map. But other than that, this is all pretty much uncharted, or as uncharted as it can be. Like there are lost cities, lost temples, there's just a bunch of stuff. There's random settlements of, people who have left the city behind, and who knows what's out there, like Molly said. And then we'll go back. The other one is the map of the city. She marks with a little red X where you need to go in the city, and that's right here where the lovely red X is. She's gonna be like, so Tide pointed out to me that these 2 maps that I've just that are right here were the ones copied by Rave. And she's gonna give Rave a pointed look. She's gonna be like, the island map is superb, but Tide would like me to point out to you that Rave has made some small changes to the city map. And while I find it hilarious, Tide does not approve. So you all are getting these copies. All right, so
Why would she make changes?
it's Rave. Rave is just gonna Rave is gonna like just twinkle her an eye like
Why are you an agent of chaos?
I'm actually impressed that it's not like genitalia or something? Would you like change things on the map to be genitalia?
Oh man.
But is that not it?
I mean, this kind of looks like a boob.
No, it's not that. I'm sure you'll find it at some point. But there are genitalia or things made to look more like genitalia than they actually are.
I see a penis sticking out of this map.
We've definitely found her cold open for.
Oh no.
Please don't use it.
Nope.
I just
Sorry,
YouTube video to start, and Aaron's like, "This kind of looks like a boob." I don't think I've ever heard Aaron say the word boob before, and I want that immortalized for easy access that we can pull up at any time.
Yeah,
All
this
right.
is right down here.
No, sure, that can be. That's a butt, absolutely.
That's not what I said. I said that's a penis. That's what it looks like.
I don't know what the hell you're
What?
thinking. I see the Hulu head.
That's not one of them, but we're gonna say it's one of them.
There you go.
I mean, we got two little round things over here, so I'm assuming this is one.
Where?
Oh, that
Yeah, I
is
see it.
That
a very,
is here,
is
too.
one of them.
Yep.
it's a very interesting dick. I just gotta say that's a very intriguing non-human.
Here,
So
if I
this,
draw something, can I erase it?
Yes.
yes.
Okay, so like this is what I'm seeing. If you like, it looks like that, and then it looks like this is like sticking out.
We're not
I
seeing
don't see
any of
I
your
can't
markings.
see what
Oh,
you're
there it
drawing.
is.
Oh wait, there we go.
Oh,
That's huge.
no, that is not it.
That's what it looks like to me. Oh no, I left. No. Okay, how do I do
No,
this?
but so that's the actual, like, she didn't change, like, big things. It's just little things. And just for funsies, Dan was correct. This up here is one.
Oh my god.
These two things should not be here. And this should be flat. There's no curved bell end, if you will. There's also one right here.
Oh, I see it. I see it now. Yep.
Oh man.
Boy.
Yeah.
Well,
And then down here at the bottom, she wrote "ew," and we'll get to that later. Because it looks gross. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you guys she tells you that you need to go here. This is a building called the Astral Mist.
Mist or miss?
Mist.
Yep. Okay. Just making sure.
Yeah, the Astral Mist. It is a bathhouse, a cult, something rather, a brothel. It's whatever.
Oh, cult brothel? That honestly.
Yeah,
that
wait,
sounds-
there were many words there that
It is a-
bathhouse. A cult bathhouse brothel sounds fascinating. Like
Mhm.
all those things together.
I wrote that in my notes as bathhouse, occult, something or other, ... It's a brothel.
That is how Molly said it. So yeah, you're correct.
why is that the place that we need to go?
That's
fun.
if you'd let me finish.
Oh, sorry.
This is where your contact for the Black Network is. His
Oh.
name is Cadiz Queda.
Can you spell it?
Yes. Cadiz is Cadiz. Queda, Quedah.
Okay.
I lean over to Molly and say, I really wish you hadn't told her what kind of place it was, because it's more fun when she discovers on her own.
Fair, that would have been funnier. He knows you're coming. Tide sent a message to him. That's good to go. It's in the market ward. Marked it here on your map. If he asks to see your tattoos, show him, but I don't think he will. And hate to say it, but that's it. We're family now, and I hope that we meet again. Now get off my ship.
Right away, Captain.
Real one.
And
Molly, you're a real one.
Pull
All
a
right.
seashell fell out of my flower crown and I give it to her and then I walk away.
What you don't see is that she sticks it right behind her ear.
Aww.
You don't see it though because you walked away.
I organized the med bay real nice.
Tide's gonna be like, you have been my favorite.
See?
Wow.
Even though I
Tide
feel
is
like we
like-
haven't had opportunity to bond a whole lot, but yay!
Tide is like Samuel Arrow. You haven't needed to bond because the med bay is actually organized for once. All right, so you disembark onto a small dock in Tiriki Anchorage. That is Tiyryki Anchorage. It seems like this area, so down here, is it seems mostly residential. How do we delete the green line?
Nicole, if you put your icon on the
Oh,
pointer
there we go. We got
arrow-
it.
Oh, okay, perfect.
We got it. Okay,
got it.
so from your position, you get off here. So this is where you're standing now. All of this looks really residential. You see like nets and like crab and lobster traps, fishing poles, like line of like hanging fish, tridents, spears, like all that kind of stuff. And you think this must be like where people that are like on the river or who are, fishing out in the bay, like this is where they live. You also see some like other adventuring style people walking around, smugglers, other pirates, and this just seems like people who either are making their livelihood on the water or are just here in and out. So that is what's there. You have two ways to get to the Astral Mist. You can go through some of these side areas, or you can walk down and go around the main road, or go up and go around the main road. So your choice.
And so, just to remind myself, you said that like Chult is much more. That's the whole reason why Molly wanted to dip out. This is much more regulated, much more law-abiding.
Oh yeah. So this is Molly wanted to dip out because as soon as you get to here, to the bottom of the map, where it's kind of getting darker and more foliage, if you will.
Oh, that's the dangerous stuff.
Yeah. As soon as you get outside of the city,
okay,
you don't know what's out there, and she doesn't like that.
Gotcha.
But yes,
but in general, it's more law-abiding than like the Messer and like.
Yeah, this is a city. It's like a normal city. It's like it's not like a pirate city or anything. It is full on normal. They have leadership. They are the merchant princes who run everything. And we'll just assume Molly or one of them has told you some of this. So it's run by merchant princes. There is law. The benefit to here is that the merchant princes sometimes outsource guards and stuff to the Black Network. So sometimes it's beneficial for you that a guard might be a Black Network person. So that could potentially work out in your favor at some point. But on the whole, it is a well-regulated law. They have courts and punishments and all that other jazz. There's a hierarchy and everything. And it is a walled city, so there's various different walled areas. if you notice, there are only these sections at the bottom, the 3 down here, that are outside the walls. And there is some reasons behind that. But that is what you see and know is that, yes, she's not going to drop you here because she is a pirate and this is a well-regulated city. She doesn't want to have to deal with the harbor master or anything like that. Declare anything that they have on the ship? No. So you're going to go down the other side. All right, so which way would you like to get over here? This is the entrance. There's a gate entrance into this walled area.
I'm inclined to take the main route to kind of get more of a, like, I'm assuming that means go down and around as opposed to kind of through the alleys, just to kind of get more of a lay of the land and sort of get a vibe of people and anything else we might.
I definitely want to see if there's any like you know, how strangers interact with one another, and if there's any local customs that seem to be super obvious, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Sure. Okay. So you make your way down, and you are seeing again a lot of like sailors but like local fisher people. You're also seeing like adventurer for hire like houses, like groups of adventurers that have a base here in this part of the city. You see like actual legit stores, like not anything that feels like untowards or like a front. They seem all genuine from the outside. As you come down, you actually see pens with animals in them down here in this area. So when you come down, you see animals in here, and I'll show you what they look like.
Horsies.
Oh,
Not horses.
Can they, just to spite Aaron, can they be seahorses then? But like with horrific human feet?
They're better than
Oh!
either of those options.
I love them! Oh!
They got bird faces. That's pretty cool.
They've
So
got
these-
beaks, you might
Axe
say.
faces. Whoops, sorry. Axe is in the name.
So these are southern axe beaks. You have seen, you had seen in Waterdeep, and more so in Tribor when you first got here. You would have seen like a couple people riding on one of these, but with white feathers. So the southern version, they're a little more colorful. AKA yellow, AKA I made them chocobo, you're welcome.
Thank you.
Okay,
I
so
love them, Colleen. Thank
Huh?
you. I love them, Colleen. I love them. Thank you so much. You are such a kind and gracious DM.
Man, I hope they cost less. Looks in her coin pouch. 500 gold.
Oh no, I would do a freelance job real quick just to get some of these guys.
Who do
All
I
right.
gotta kill to get a chocobo for real?
all right, so you see supply shops, you see some like smaller boat rights, things of that nature, where you're like, these people are making like canoes and like small fishing vessels, that kind of thing. But all in all, it just seems like this is their dock area for the regular person. And then obviously the Axebeak breeders at the bottom. And so you guys make your way up, and then I'm going to say it right now. I apologize that I can't draw people that well. But welcome to Chult. So
Awesome!
this is like, I wanted to have so many more
Better be
people.
seeing this, right?
Huh?
Twitch better be seeing this. Twitch
is
Twitch
seeing it.
has to.
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah.
So
This is so pretty.
They have to appreciate Colleen's hard work because this is great.
I am real good at drawing buildings, but people are hard.
By our powers combined, we're one whole artist.
So I wanted there to be a lot more people, but it was very hard. So
We should totally just like copy and paste all the people that you do have there, like
yeah. So
10 times.
Imagine this, but like, so imagine that's the gate you're about to go through, to go into the more busy part of the city. But like, this is sort of what you are seeing. Like, there's a lot of vegetation. It's mostly like stucco, on the buildings, bright awnings, and just like people about. From what I've gathered, this is at least like what it feels like is like a mix of like Morocco, Brazil, maybe like Egypt, like that kind of vibe. And so 2/3 of the people here are like Chultans. And then a third is everybody else. It is a port city, so there's people from everywhere, but for the most part, it is locals. So this is what it looks like. It's just a fun tropical, sort of area. So what you see when you go through this gate right here is you've come into a market area. This is the market ward. Especially like this area right here, it's just outdoor stalls. It's quite loud. People are, buying, selling, haggling. It's all brightly colored tents and awnings.
Is anybody baggling?
There is no one baggling. I wish I had put Hagen Baggin in here, but I haven't. If
you could change that though. You are the owner of this world.
This is not where Hagen Baggin would be. This is not his vibe. So you can see how like these square buildings and stuff like that, how they all have little slivers, like little rectangles and squares attached to them, really small ones. So any building that has an awning. And then any building that has a like decorative top. So like these buildings here, or like anything that looks like this, those buildings are taller than the surrounding buildings that don't have that. So that was the best way I could figure out to show depth. That like let's say down here you can see that this round building, this rectangle building, and this square building are all taller than the rest of these surrounding buildings.
Aaron, is there a reason you circled the boobs?
Because I just noticed them.
You found it. Those are actually supposed to just be ovals. Good job. I think that is actually all of them. So
It's like a Where's Waldo
yeah
of naughty bits.
it was where Rave could conceivably hide them. I was like, this is good flavor. I was gonna tell Megan before we started, but I messaged her and I was like, just so you know, this is what I did with the map.
Well, I love that I had no idea that that's what you actually did. Like, I was just like made the offhand joke, like, oh, she would do genitalia, and it's exactly like
I know. As soon as you made that joke, and I was like, oh, really? Because she did. All right, so you make your way there, and then you see like this cluster here around the X. It looks like these 3 buildings are all bathhouses. So you make your way around to the far end to where the awning is, to the opening of the astral mist. I keep wanting to say astral plane, but I'm like, no. Callie, the astral mist. You literally made it up.
Well, that's why I thought at first you might have said astral mist, since it is like a brothel, it's like the
Oh.
astral lady kind of thing.
Oh.
I have to say I do like that, Dan. That is.
So she wasn't wrong. It is mainly a bathhouse. It does other stuff.
Right. Yeah, a little extra.
Right.
Red Aaron, you want to lead the way?
It's
No.
bathhouse and stuff.
Yeah, it's bathhouse.
I immediately grow suspicious when Shinobi says, "Aaron, do you want to
take Aaron's hand
So I
and
say,
say,
no.
it's okay. Well, hold on, Aaron. I take your hand and I say, it's okay, sweetie. We're going to experience this together. And I walk you inside.
All right. So
Thank
before
you,
you go
Wisteria.
inside, so the awning that is on the front of it that you can see, so this little awning right there, is a like very pale lavender, and it's got little metal stars and like various shaped stars and everything hanging down from the front of it. So it's looking even more woo-woo. And then there's like a little plaque on the stucco that says Astral Mist, so you know you're in the right place. And so Red Aaron and Wisteria, you're holding hands, you're about to walk in, and you can see that inside it's a little darker. There's mood lighting, if you will. You can smell incense wafting from out the open door. And the air is like steamy once you go in. You go in, the air is warm in here. You can see that the way the building is laid out, it filters the sun really well. So it's like a nice kind of cooled down light wise, but it is steamy from the baths and other things. So it's the long part of the building in the front, and there's a door to your left and a door to your right. Even though I did that oppositely. And then there's like a little counter at the front. And behind the counter, you can see like there's an opening and you can see a bit of the pool. And it's just, there's plants everywhere, magical lighting. Like it's very pretty.
Oh.
Yeah, this sounds like bliss. Like this sounds like vacation.
I am so glad that you actually got to come on, because behind the counter
Oh,
is
no.
the prettiest half orc that you have ever seen in your life. He is anime boyfriend pretty. Like anime sparkle, like sparkles, tink sound.
Did you do this deliberately to me, or is this just like, oh, what a happy set of coincidences?
It's the second one for the most part.
For the most part, some edits were made because Colleen likes to take a knife and stab it right into my kidney whenever she can.
Yes, but I also did other things to make it better.
What's better than a half orc with pretty boy face?
Just
He's
wait.
a dateable NPC.
No, just wait. Okay, so let me continue. I imagine him as like half orc. Have you seen Fushigi Yugi? Anyone? Yeah. So he looks like half orc Hotohori. Like he's got long hair that's like in a ponytail hanging over his shoulder.
Google this.
He's wearing an unbleached chemise with a black vest. He's got multiple gold earrings, and his tusks are inlaid with 2 gold bands.
It's orc shonen.
And he welcomes you in, and it's like sparkles tink. And he like does that like, he's like that
all
turn to
bounce
the
off
side.
us.
Huh?
It's like the sparkles all bounce off our faces. Like it's like tink, 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 tink.
And like it's a that like very stereotypical, like turns to the side, like arm out kind of thing, like welcome. You must be who Molly wrote about. Welcome to the Astromiss. I'm Cadiz. I mean no offense by this, but you all stink. Like real bad.
It
No
is
offense
turtle
taken,
dragon
it's
breath.
hard work done.
I insist that you bathe before anything else. And I am sure that you would like your clothes cleaned, and I would like that too. Okay, well, my husband will be home by the time you're done, and then we'll discuss our plans from there. But I just need to get clean. The door to the left. Just put your stuff on the benches. We'll clean it. And like he's like trying not to like do this, you know? It's just you all are stinky. You have not bathed in quite a long time.
We smell like the ocean.
The way I made it better was so he's not a dateable NPC. He has a husband. I was like, how can I make this so that I can have this character that I want and not wreck people's hearts? And I was like, wreck people's hearts one time by making him taken.
It's fine. My only love is the Church of Metal, I guess.
His doesn't have a British accent, so I'm able to maintain myself.
All right, so you guys go into the left room, and there are benches and little cubbies. In the cubbies, there are little robes and slippers. That's the word I'm looking for. So that's what you got there, and there are 3 doors off to the side. So going down, presumably going to the pool area. So you can get yourself
I do it up.
ready. Huh?
I do it up. Time to bathe. I'm doing it. I'm going for it. Let's go.
Yeah, no.
Mysteria
Let's
throws
bath.
off all of her clothes and is ready to go.
Oh no, titanium too, except I don't take the corpse paint off because it's not paint, is it? Is it?
Yeah. Is it paint?
I actually don't use water soluble for the white of my corpse paint, so it does last through water. The black, however, is very much water soluble.
Well, I mean, in this world, is it like
It's made.
just permanent? You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know.
Actually, I never really decided about how we're treating it in the game. I think at one point I did take off the paint.
You
for,
did,
like, the
yeah.
bathhouse- yeah, for the bathhouse
For
episode.
the growlings. And
Yes,
for the
that's
growlings,
right.
you
That's
took it
right.
off.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
disguise
undercover.
and stuff like that.
And you can buy more makeup here. Like, that's not.
Yeah, like that's not a big deal. It's not my concern of that. It's a matter of like, it's the matter of kayfabe, I guess. Like, does Titanium commit so fully to the makeup that, a task related to because I think Titanium almost sees it like, it's like a mark of metal, like this is a symbol.
Is it not fair to say that the act of like putting it on can be like a pretty deep ritual? You know what I mean? Like taking it off and putting it on again could like be meaningful.
Yeah,
I don't know. I'm just stuff.
I think that actually, the way it goes is that Titanium is having a mild crisis about whether or not to take off the paint, or is just fully about to walk into the bath buck naked, except paint. And Aaron's like, but wait, hang on.
If that'll
Maybe-
come off, if that'll come off in the water, then that might be.
So let's table the makeup. We'll say for right now, Titanium is stripped and still has makeup on. It's fine. So there are 3 doors that you can go through. So we've got Wisteria ready to go. Titanium ready to go. Do you want to pick a door? Like, how do you want to go?
Are the
I'm
doors
gonna go
labeled in any way?
through. Is there like?
Is there are there bathing suits for rent?
Nope, no babies.
Are there towels?
Yes, but not here.
Okay.
So I'm gonna say there is probably a sign that is not maybe like how we would think of them, but you get the feeling that maybe the left-hand door might be a ladies only area, a lady type only area, whoever identifies that way. And the right side door looks like it might be a sauna based by the steam coming out. And the middle door, by process of elimination, probably is the pool.
Okay.
We're on the left. We gotta get clean, right?
I'm on the
Yeah.
left side.
I'm gonna say you
Sauna
can
to clean
do you for cleaning, just so let's just say you've peeked in. Marty would have peeked in, sure. I'm gonna say I'm Marty and I peeked in. So and it was like, oh no. There is a cleaning area before you get to the bath in both doors.
Oh,
And
so like rub yourself down, kind of like, sprinkle shower bucket sort of a deal.
yes. And then Marty looks into the sauna and is like, oh no. Sorry. So yeah,
Have any of you guys actually ever been in a sauna or something?
I hate saunas.
I've been into a spa where we had actually worked at a hotel where there was like a room like you would where go put on a bathing suit and then get into like a 2-tiered hot tub pool bath thing. It was awesome. It was
Wow.
relaxing. Yeah.
I've only
I
been
have
places with private ones. Not like a
I have
full-
been
Right.
to public baths where there's no bathing suits. It is fantastic.
I am very curious because, hey, how long has it been since Margaret brought up Grand Blue? But Grand Blue actually did recently run an event, and it actually described like a ritual some people do with saunas that actually did sound like it could be absolutely fantastic, where you sit in the sauna for a while, then you take a very, very, very cold bath,
Mhm.
and you kind of, let the coldness create
That's pretty
a
standard like procedure for
Right.
a lot of saunas.
But then you spend a bunch of time outside in fresh air and then repeat the process 3 times. And apparently on the 3rd time, you're supposed to feel sensation that's like coming alive. And I was like, this sounds fascinating. Like, I would be very curious to see if this, 1, has any medical benefit that anybody's bothered studying. 2, just how it feels. And 3, if it leads to as many anime shenanigans as promised by my anime Skyship video game.
I hate saunas. The cold pool, fantastic. I hated being in the heat, but the moment I got in that frigid pool was amazing.
So was the coldness of the pool worth it for the heat?
No, I do better in cold temperatures than I do in hot temperatures. So getting in the cold pool, I was like, oh, this is actually pretty nice. When other people are like, this is so cold. Whereas I was in the sauna like, it's awful, I'm gonna die. And I've done the like steam and hot, like the dry saunas. I do not do heat. I am a cold weather person.
I'm a cold weather person, but only so that I can make myself warmer. So I really like hot tubs and stuff like that, and heated pools and all that fun stuff.
Don't want.
Basically, I will not do the shenanigans of trying to come alive and doing the sauna cold pool.
I don't know how to run that in a game, but we can try it if you want.
Yeah, no, the short version is we're gonna focus on getting clean first, and I'm definitely going to sink into the tub.
Okay, so you've got two options. You can go to the lady type only area, which is small. The co-ed area also has a cleaning area, and then the sauna does not.
Okay.
Oh.
So
Do any of them look like particularly excited, or is one more busy than the other? Is one more empty than the other?
sure, if you peek into like the lady type area, you'll see that there's like, I don't know, like 7 old ladies, who are like scrubbing each other's backs and like chatting and carrying on.
Cute.
And then you see a lone warrior type woman who's like got bruises and slashes, and she's like wincing as she's like bucketing off the soap, like God. And there's like a little blood on the going down the drains.
Oh my!
What?
And you said that I already got my treat for the day.
She had to get the blood off. All right. She was covered in someone else's blood.
Yeah, I'm saying that's hot.
So like that's who's in there. There are little stools, scrub brushes, and like buckets, and then along the walls is a trough of like running water, so you can take water out of that and wash yourself off with. In the co-ed area, there are 2 old men who are laughing as they're like cleaning themselves off, just, yucking it up. There's a family. You see a mother who is scrubbing down one of her children, and then 2 other children like just standing there looking stunned because they've been scrubbed like raw. Like they are beet red and just like, I cannot move. And then there's like a group of teens who are just like, getting ready to go in the pool, laughing about. So the lady type area is slightly less crowded, but there's people in both.
Yeah, I think I'm more interested in the lady type area. One, because as much as I, Margaret, love a child, I think Titanium is kind of just like, I don't feel like bathing around children. I don't want to become a babysitter.
That's fair. So you're sort of getting the custom that in these baths, it's like you do your thing.
Yeah, you just go there and you take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Also, the ladies. For anybody, it's been a long time since I mentioned Titanium's like ideals and stuff like that, but like personality traits, I wrote that my blood runs iron, and I seek and value all that is heavy, especially friendship. Because Titanium is meant to be a very specific kind of camaraderie that I adore with my whole heart about the metal community. So I think Titanium's gonna see all the old ladies like scrubbing their back and just be like dope and walking in.
All right, so Titanium.
This is an energy I want to be around.
Titanium's going in the lady type area.
I'm also going in the lady area.
All right, so I'm gonna assume Red Aaron's going in the lady type area.
She is highly uncomfortable in these kinds of scenarios. So yes, definitely to clean up, she goes in there. Though I also think that, did you say that lady actually has wounds on her? I know that you mentioned that maybe some of the blood is not hers, but she's also
bruised. She's
okay.
Bruised. The blood is not hers.
Okay, gotcha.
So you can see that she's got bruises on her that are starting to like flare up, like in places where she would be covered in armor, and so she's like wincing, like trying to move her arm.
Okay. Well,
but she's going to the mineral bath to like get in the mineral stuffs for healing purposes, or at least like chilling out purposes.
Sure. Well, I think I would have a hard time resisting not being like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I know you don't know me, but some of those look really nasty. And I think heal them a little bit if you want.
She's gonna be like,
but also I'm like this.
You're like sat down on a stool.
Yeah, I'm like, so like Since I don't have my clothes on me, I'm just like, hey, I'm so sorry to bother you.
Yeah.
And I just can't help it. It looks like you're in pain.
Titanium will stand protectively in front of Aaron and like stand however to like
Yay!
cover Aaron up and be like, do not mind my friend's simultaneous timidity and candor. She is a very skilled healer, as am I. It would behoove either of us to offer a heal.
And I poke into the camera, like we lost her.
We lost her. She's coming back.
There we go.
There she is.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. Wow, that was brief. Great.
I don't know what happened there. Wait. So
This Discord is snappy and quick.
don't know you, but this hurts. So sure.
Aaron, what were you planning?
Oh, I guess like a man, I mean, I feel like the touchy one is more hit points. So I mean, if she'll allow it, I'll do like a level 3 cure wound.
Sure. You touch her shoulder. You have to touch her, right?
Yeah, if she doesn't mind, I'll just sort of tentatively reach out my hand until it gets close enough to touch her, and then if she doesn't seem to be shying away from it,
she'll lean her shoulder.
okay.
So okay, yep, you heal her, and she's going to
12 hit points.
Oh, perfect. Thank you.
If hit points are relative here.
Yeah, so some of her bruises go like down heavily, and it looks a lot less stiff. And she's like you can see her noticeably kind of like chill a little bit more. And she's going to be like, my name is Shanta. Thank you very much. That was very nice of you. Rare to meet people like that. Mostly just mind your own business.
Shanta?
Shanta, Shanta.
Shanta, we are Aaron and Titanium. I mean, I don't know how else to phrase it. Aaron is a chronic do-gooder. Frankly, if your paths cross, this was frankly inevitable.
I mean, I appreciate it. Spend a whole day in the Coliseum, like, you get battered up.
Coliseum?
Yeah.
I turned to Titanium and I'm like, that's the place that looks like a boob. I bet.
So, Aaron, that's the Coliseum. She's like, yeah, I'm a gladiator at the Coliseum. That's my job.
Very metal of you.
Yeah, I do wear a lot of metal.
I'm trying to debate if Titanium launches into like a very good-natured explanation of like what metal is and stuff like that, but I also don't have the axe to dash out a tasty jam to explain. I think I might just go back to washing myself because I do stink.
Yep.
Maybe this is where I'm like I'm washing off the paint because
that makes sense.
Skin needs to breathe.
It's true. Okay, so you guys are scrubbing it up, and then you can go into the bath. The lady type's only bath is smaller. It's a square pool that has like dark blue tile in it, and then like around it, like the floor and stuff, is white tile with blue accents. Very pretty. There's like a ceramic bowl with floating plants in it, and plants hanging from the ceiling. Wisteria is like, this is my jam.
I'm like sitting below the bowl of plants, looking up, just like loving my everything about my life right now.
Yeah. So you can
Feeling
float
it.
in. The water is warm. It's like it's not super hot. It's just very comfortable. And feels like slightly more dense than a normal bath because of the minerals. So like you float a little better. If you were like one to just sink, you float a little better. All right, Shinobi and Marty go into the co-ed area. You can do whatever you want there. I'm sure that Marty's just gonna be like, I'm gonna focus on myself.
I'm going to act as if I'm doing that, but also just be kind of eavesdropping on people around me.
Sure.
Not well.
So,
apparently.
Just a lot of bathhouse noises.
Yeah.
yeah. So the two old men that are yucking it up, they're talking about one of the other one's sons doing something like stupid with his money, and they're like, haha, when we were that age, weren't we, blah blah blah. That's the kind of thing that you're getting from them. The teens are like gossiping about other people, like who's dating who, and just dumb teen shit. And then the mom, you can hear her being like, just stand still, just stand still. It will go faster if you stop squirming.
Very familiar with that.
Yeah. So, this pool is a lot bigger. It is the open air area. So basically where that X is, that pentagon, is basically where the pool is. It's that whole wide area. And it is, again, like a dark blue tile. So it looks really deep, even though it's not. It's probably like, I don't know, on a person taller than me, like armpit height. So it's not that deep, but it looks deeper because of the tile. Again, there's plants and stuff. There are hanging plants and little floating on the things. There's incense going. And it just is like, this is calm town. You can see, like, when you finally get into the bath, there are just people, like, floating, doing their thing, just chilling out in the bath. I'll say that there's like a family, like family unit, like two parents and like, I don't know, let's do nuclear, two kids. Like just mind their business in one area, and then there's like a couple of women in another area that are just, you know, floating like this and like chatting with each other. Just chill. You take this time and like everything that you like, you've already regained a lot of your hit points, obviously, but like you take this time to really heal any bruises, any like sprains, anything that's like been really bugging you like lately, and it just relaxes you. And that's what you do. So once you get out and you go back into the changing room, you will see that all of your clothes have been taken away, and 6 little piles of clothing has been put out. Yes, Aaron?
No, I like where that was going.
Oh, okay. Yeah, so it's all like loose kind of flowing clothing, like fun color chemises, very loose pants. It seems like spa wear that you can just wear around. And then plush little slippers and robes. So you guys can be dressed while your other things get laundered.
Yeah.
Aaron's like, I am feeling Fancy.
Like, I definitely went back in there wondering if I was gonna have to like sit in the sauna for a long time and just try to make the rocks as steamy as possible without people yelling at me, just so I could be obscured by steam for like potentially however long it would take for our clothes to be clean. But yeah,
Would we
there's
say
extra
Megan
clothes
came with
here.
us?
What'd you say?
Would we say Megan came with us in the
Yes. Yeah.
Riv came with us in the yeah. So,
I'm gonna
cool.
say that she floated around like starfish style, like this is my best life.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Just like absolutely the most chill person in the world, taking in the incense, just like this is my place. Maybe like took a plant and put it over her eyes. It's like a sleep mask. Maybe fell asleep floating. You don't know how she did it.
He probably knew which plant. Well, one, if there is a plant that could cause an effect that would cause her to sleep immediately, I feel like she'd know this. Two, if there were a plant that could be used like a face mask to, you know, do the little under eye cucumber style patches and stuff, she would also know this.
Yeah, let's say that's sort of what happened. She was like, oh, okay, I know these plants. And it's just like cucumber chilled out.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys, you go back out to where the counter is, and you see Cadiz, and you also see a very tall tabaxi. So you remember when I posted in Slack what this tabaxi looks like.
Yeah, Sorry.
Did you see it, Margaret?
No, I don't remember this. I got to let me check Slack.
So I sent it to them because I really didn't want to have to explain it. However, for anyone who is watching, it is the tiger from Zootopia who would treat you right.
Oh. Okay, yeah, never mind. I remember this now.
So that's what Cadiz's husband looks like.
Oh. My goodness.
So
Wow.
Okay.
it makes sense.
I am just gonna say that whoever designed these characters knew what they were about, and they put it very plainly on the table. And I think to our benefit. So thank you, horny character designer. This is a gift.
Yeah, well, because now you just have this incredibly cute couple who are so pretty.
Yeah.
Kind of hurts. But you get it. Like, you get, like, oh yes, pretty anime boyfriend
Yeah.
would be married to the tiger that would treat him right.
Yeah. They have a yaoi dojinshi for the dojinshi for super art fantasy.
Oh
They
my
have a
goodness.
deal.
Margaret.
Oh boy.
I'm sorry. That's really getting me. I don't know why I came up with the idea, but the idea of having horny anime dojinshi of like us is just absolutely destroying me.
And you're gonna have to draw it now for us.
No, I am
Yeah,
not.
you
Our
don't.
fans are. Not dojinshi unless the fans do it.
I like Aaron.
And
No,
ever
you don't.
it's from
Oh,
canon.
they don't have to either. Oh,
Okay,
how do you take that seriously?
so if anyone wants to draw, you know, Cadiz and his husband being really cute, that's
Okay.
fine.
What's the husband's
Really
name?
cute is the key word. We
The
haven't
husband's name?
gotten it yet.
Okay.
We haven't gotten there yet. So you all walk out into this main area, and Cadiz sees you, and he goes, oh, "You smell so much better now."
What is he, a dog?
Please, this is my husband, Akan, and that is Akhan.
It's like Shere Khan, except it's Akan.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was
Akan.
thinking.
I did not plan it to be Shere Khan in any way. These are leftover names from when I went trolling through the pirate books. So some of these might be a little bit of mixed around letters of those, but yeah, These are stolen from pirate books. Like, I'm pretty sure that Kata is actually the name of a boat. Or maybe I made it up because it sounded like the Witta. I don't know. One of the two.
Point is, cool names.
Yeah. So, they are Cadiz and Akan Kata. Akan is like, you and your needing to smell good for everything. Like, I don't need a bath. I smell great. He clearly needs a bath. What you see before you, again, is the tiger who would treat you right, but he is dressed as someone who actually works out in the world. He's wearing leather armor. He's got a big bow and like a big bow on his back. And he looks like someone who spent time outside of the city. Like, you can see, like, there's little burrs in his fur and things like that. And he could, in fact, use a bath. Cadiz is going to be like, you go take a bath while I talk to them. Okay? Go. So he will go take a bath, and you can talk to Cadiz. All right. So let us go to a more comfortable area. And he leads you through the door on the right. And you go down this long, narrow hallway that you can tell is the next part of this pentagon. And there are little rooms along this side that you can understand now why Molly might have called this a brothel. And he takes you to the very far end. There's another little room. He opens it up, and it's just like a normal office that a business person would have. Nice. Sits you down, you know, closes the door, and he's like, all right, I got a letter from Molly saying that you are a bunch of Black Network people that have come to Chult on a mission. Oh, yep, there's your tattoo. I didn't need to see that, but thank you very much. I trust Molly. Good to know she wasn't lying to me. Okay, so you've come to Chult on a mission, but she didn't say what that was. So why are you here?
Don't know how much you already know, but does the name Manchun mean anything to you?
Aside from, like, the creator of our network who died, I don't know, millennia ago?
But did he?
Yes.
We have reason to believe otherwise.
Well,
oh. This is like, you can, like, that's a shock news to him. He's like, that's not what I've heard, as in what I've known forever. Yes, Aaron?
Well, wait a minute. I feel like I'm either confused or maybe I'm remembering something wrong. Wasn't there... I thought the guy whose construct thing that we found
Had
was
3.
was like...
Do you want me to remind you?
There were like 2 Manchus, right? Wasn't he trying to usurp that name?
So, there was Manchun. Manchun is actually dead, but he had 3 clones. Well, he had multiple clones, but there are now just 3 clones. Technically, now there are 2. You killed one. The one that you killed was trying to take over Waterdeep, and he was open. And then he had those 2 terrariums.
The jungle and the desert.
The jungle and the desert. You are now
in the jungle.
In the, like, only jungle in this area. So gauging from Cadiz, maybe this clone might not be aggressively trying to take over Port Yanzaru.
Right.
But yes, there are 2 more clones. You've killed one.
And for more of my character, just I don't know about this in general, but we saw Ross get banished, and at least Shinobi's operating on the assumption that maybe he got banished to one of the other locations.
Here's something that now I'm debating whether or not we should discuss on this stream. But I guess I want opinions, and I'm totally fine with various opinions. I discovered the other day that I can learn that spell.
So can
What
I.
spell?
Banishment.
Oh, banish?
Banishment.
Yeah, so can I.
Nice.
And I'm trying to decide whether in-game Red Aaron should now have the knowledge
That you could banish us back to our home
of
plane.
having recognized
that-
what had
that
happened
Ross-
and
Yeah.
would feel better about Ross. Or should we play that out not that way?
Well, here's the other question. Would you have known it's a banishment spell and not just like a teleportation spell?
Well, I will say that I have not attempted the spell myself yet. So
I'm gonna
maybe until I
say-
actually cast it, I wouldn't know for sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, how about this? You didn't know, obviously, at the time.
Right.
Now that you've learned the spell, you, Aaron, I'm gonna say maybe not Dan, because you can do the spell, but you aren't.
I didn't take the spell, but it was a spell.
Oh, you didn't take the spell.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Aaron, you are like, from learning that spell, you're like, did he actually send him to somewhere else on this plane, or did he send him back home? Like, you're not sure now if that's what happened or not. So you don't know, but you're like,
Sure.
could,
Yeah,
could
maybe
be there.
Here's
like
the real
I think
question: when are you going to cast it on us, Aaron?
whoa.
Did that never occur to you?
It seriously hadn't. Like literally,
Any
I
creature
was just
returns
like,
to its home
Who
plane.
the
if
hell
it's
do you
not
think you're talking to?
Well, anyway,
Red Aaron, it
that's-
has not occurred to her.
yeah, it has not. The spell is available to me, but I have never thought to actually focus on preparing it any one particular day because it's not really in my wheelhouse. Like that kind of tricksy stuff is not usually what I focus on. So I'm going to say that has not occurred to me yet.
Cool. So, he asked while you were here, and he said that he was not aware there was other Manchus. He thought the Manchun was dead.
Yeah.
Well-
so I'd probably relay that I would probably relay that they were clones, like that as far as we're aware, they are clones and not the actual Manchun, but we definitely fought one along with other members of the Black Network in Waterdeep.
Yeah, it was actively trying to like destroy the current Black. Like it was enemies with the current Black Network
He was
that was set up in
trying to create
Waterdeep.
his own Black Network.
Oh, jeez. Well, that sounds like no fun that I want to take part of. I am the leader of the Black Network here in Waterdeep.
Waterdeep.
Not Waterdeep.
No.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you. My brain was thinking Waterdeep. In Port Yanzaru. It is a pretty chill gig. Most of us do guard work for the merchant princes. I trade in secrets. We're pretty well set here. I think it'd be hard for someone to really get in here. But if there's a clone, and you think he's here, there are so many lost cities and temples and all sorts of stuff out in the jungle. No one would find him. Like,
Yeah, the terrarium definitely looked like Heart of the Jungle. Don't you guys agree?
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think he's like in this town.
So,
But that
so
could probably
my query would be this: in Waterdeep, information, resources, assets, those are the key to power. And so the Manchun in Waterdeep was starting to establish his own attempt at a different black network to kind of gain influence and power that way. What here in the port would be the way to power here? Since it seems like your black network is established, I'm aware, or actually, I wouldn't be aware that there's a Colosseum, but would it, you have a walled city here, so is it more political power? Is it magical power? Is it access to something that might give somebody more power over others around here?
Capitalism. It is capitalism. That's Colleen saying that. He's gonna be like, well, it's great. The merchant princes are the one who run everything. You would have to bankrupt essentially one of those princes to take their place. And even if you killed one, they have children. You'd have to wipe out their whole family.
And there haven't been gestures that imply they're at risk. Otherwise, I bet you would be mentioning them to us at this time.
Yes, especially when most of the Black Network that aren't that are more physically capable types usually guard them. So I mean, yes, if someone turned them to be another Black Network, they'd have to be really good. But other
Or
than
they are Manchun.
Or they are Manchun. There's also the beggar princes. Now, the beggar princes are whoever's at the top of the food chain. They're not really in charge of the actual Port Yanzaru, but they are the ones who sort of steer the underbelly, the underground, underworld of the city here. And it's whoever's at the top, you murder, whatever. So that's a possible way to get forward in the city.
Have there been any... no, Aaron, you go.
Oh, well, all I was going to say was just I guess I'm worried that maybe his focus in this land isn't even on that type of power. And maybe there's just well, I'm a little worried because I feel like Captain Molly mentioned that there was a lot of undead in this area. And I feel that makes me think armies of undead or, magical things in the wilds that would be more important.
There are so many, I can't stress this enough. There are multiple cities and temples and magical citadels of that nature that have been lost to the jungles. There are roving undead. There are monsters. There's even a floating city that I don't know anyone who's seen it, but I have heard of it. And there are monsters that, people have only briefly glimpsed and have just been nope, going home. Entire cities have just poofed. There's a fishing village that just poofed out of existence. Buildings are all still there, but the people were gone. One day they were there, next day they were gone. All of them. Nothing taken, food still out. Just gone.
That is
somebody carved Roanoke into a tree.
Yeah.
So there are many ways. there's untold power out there. It's just, are you, Manchun, going to, go through all of that to get to it? You know what I mean?
I mean, I don't doubt that he would, but he absolutely... I can't do thinky talk in that voice. It just feels wrong. Also, like, trying to maintain it while having not so performative words is genuinely a skill I'm still working on. Like, so weird. Anyways, the point, to went back to the point, I think Manchun definitely does have, he would go through with that. He would seek that power, but he's absolutely the type to have, people take care of most of it for him. So who are experts who could, know about these things? Are they arcanists that study, and that we could consult in the city? Have you observed anything that's been weird or unusual, or a sudden surge in interest in something?
So
That's a two-pronged question right there.
yeah, you can see him, like, you can see the cogs working. And he's like, he would need to hire a guide who has been out there, who at least knows places to avoid. Probably need a wizard of some kind, maybe an arcanist.
I look at Dan, I'm like, we got one of those.
And I really wonder, there's got to be someone to talk to that has at least seen the floating city. That's like the big rumor. But there's so many other things. There's a lost temple that has unknown riches. It's just called the Lost Temple.
Would you say that we would be well served seeking out legends of a hidden temple?
Yes. Yes, I didn't want to say temple because I knew that was going to happen, but
it happened anyway.
Might there be idols to animals? Perhaps a silver monkey in there?
Do we have to have an obstacle course to go through? Will we face great physical trials there?
Yes.
The first step is the knowledge, though. You gotta have the trivia.
Okay, so
you can take care of that part. I take care of the other part. We got buffs for our smarts, and I got buffs for your buff. So we're fine. Yeah, let's go to the temple. That sounds fun. Let's go. I forget Manchun. I want to go to this temple.
Okay, so he's gonna be like, all right. So on the presumption that he's going after one of the big magical places in the jungle, he'd need to travel conventionally. You walk.
Conventionally means like, or this is, I guess this is actually not even in character. By conventionally, we understand that means the non-transportation sort of a thing, or
more like not like, magical. Flying on a, like not like casting fly on yourself is not going to be helpful.
Okay, yeah. So no teleport, no misty step, no.
Yeah,
that kind of stuff.
It's a thick jungle. You might not know where you're going. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So there are a couple different ways to go. One is by river, and then the other is on a pack animal of some kind. Like an ox or an axbeak, or I guess you could take a horse. It's a little, feel like a little, rough terrain for horses, but a sturdy animal would be good. But those are your options. It's really river or an animal. Yeah.
Yes? I learned a new special skill that Margaret didn't hear about that could help us if we go by river. I can make it so we can breathe underwater for 24 hours. and still breathe on land. And I can
That's
do it for
pretty.
the whole party in one go.
That's super cool. I got haste. Can I do that? Will that help with underwater stuff?
Probably not, but it could make you
Oh
go.
yeah.
Haste is just for combat more than anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, could we turn our legs into a comedic motorboat? Motor for a boat.
You could just
Like,
get
I don't know
little
that-
farther down.
Yeah, like, and is it concentration or is it not? Like, how many people could you cast it on?
Let's see right now because I have this pulled up.
Haste is just one person, one target.
It is concentration, and delightfully, the component is a shaving of licorice root.
All right, so, he's gonna hear this and he's gonna be like, "You don't want to get in the water."
Giant piranhas.
Piranhas, snakes, crocodiles.
Yum, 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 yum. I'm just kidding.
You're not wrong. Wait, what's Mysteria's diet?
You know.
She's an eladrin. It's not what you think it. It's what you think it is, but not what you think it is.
Oh man. Oh.
I'm
All
a
right.
mystery to you. I'm learning all about myself. Woo!
Veteran's definitely like her brain has gone into like
I fell through a portal.
computation about like what does that mean?
Okay, so here's what I think you should do. I think tomorrow you should go down to the Anchorage and see if anyone suspicious or even like weird, out of the ordinary, bought or rented some of the axe beaks. Maybe talk to some boatwrights down there to see, who's been coming and going on the canoes. Just see if anyone's left really by that route recently. Or at all. I don't know your time frame. But it might be worth it to check in with them, see if they've noticed anything. And then I will see if I can find the name of someone else that you can talk to who would maybe know more about what's out there. And maybe they'd be able to help you. But when it comes to actually, if you do need to head out there, my husband will accompany you, at least for a while. He's a ranger, and he guides people out there as much as I hate it. But he will be able to at least put you on a right path.
Don't worry, he can guide us and we can keep him safe.
He's like, I like you. Yes, that's how it should work. So yeah, when we start up next time, I will meet Puppet Dan, and then you all can go try and figure out which way, if at all, Manchun went.
Do we know how to make the stream run without Dan?
Margaret does.
Okay. Is that true?
That's not true while I'm away from my PC.
Are you going to be gone next Thursday?
Yes, I am.
Margaret, why didn't you tell anybody this?
Because I truly did not realize that it would cause any unforeseen issues. I just thought I would tune in as normal for streaming and then it would be straightforward. But we'll see what I can figure out on this MacBook.
That's okay. If anything, we've got Marty. And we'll
Is
figure
that a
it out.
solution?
I know.
Well, we will have a week to try to learn how to do what Dan does.
Yeah. If you can explain it to John, we can figure it out from my end. I can use his computer.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty. I can probably send stuff over too. Make it pretty
Yeah,
easy.
once you get into OBS, it starts making sense. But
Nope,
well,
it's not.
Is that a free thing?
Yes, it is.
yes.
Okay.
I-
Anyway, we can figure that out. All out.
Yeah.
I truly did not expect the me being away would create these complications. I'm so sorry, folks.
That's okay. And that's why we'll share all of our vacations with each other, not you people. Just us, so we can be on the same boat.
We're off
Where's
the
my
boat
brain?
now.
We are off the boat now. It's so sad, but you guys are still pirates in heart and in
Yeah, we need to be in our heart. It's the yo ho ho's in the heart and in the rum.
Mm-hmm.
Erin's got like imposter syndrome. She's pretty proud of her
Yes.
tattoo, but she's like, I don't know if they should have let me in.
We're off the boat, and now we have the boo-hoo-hoos because we're really sad because we're not pirates on a boat anymore.
But you're still pirates. You're just not on a boat.
That's what I mean. We're not pirates on a boat. We're just pirates off a boat, so it doesn't feel as authentic. But
It's true. Right now, you're in your mercenary life.
I does anybody else want to go by Axebeak? Rave?
Yeah. I honestly,
Brave is definitely wanting to go
Yeah.
by Axebeaks.
yeah, I want to do
Right.
Axebeak for the fun of it, and also because Axebeak, if we can befriend one and keep it with us forever as a pet.
I don't think you're going to be able to do that. However, you can probably rent or buy / haggle if you really want to, but where you don't put it, you don't have somewhere to live here yet.
Yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
Shoot.
So, Cadiz is going to be like, all right, so for the night you're going to stay here, and then we will figure out something for you, since it seems like you might be in the city for at least a little bit. And so he takes you down the next / last turn of the Pentagon, and when you turn like the corner from his office, there's stairs. There's a little upper level that looks down onto the pools, and there's a couple rooms up there. This seems like it's the people who work there's rooms. So he's gonna be like, I'm sorry, it's just one room. You guys are gonna have to just pile in there. But we'll figure something out tomorrow.
Cool.
So there's enough blankets and, all that stuff up there that you will be at least relatively comfortable.
It's like we're at a con.
Yeah, exactly. And that's it. So you guys are asleep, and then next week we will go from there.
cool.
But we will figure shit out.
Something will happen, and we'll make it work.
Yes. Okay, bye.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everybody. Have a good night.
Bye.